Welcome back to my channel. Today it's gonna be a story time. Y'all love my story time, so I'm just gonna do another story time, okay? So subscribe if you're watching me and you're not subscribed. Why are you just watching me? That's fucking weird. Subscribe.
Okay.
Anyways, so today's gonna be story time. Shit.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, this gonna be a story time.
One eternity later.
Cause I feel like every time I do a story time, I embarrass myself. I'm going to be telling y'all the first time I snuck out successfully, kind of successfully, and it was right in this house, in this room, out that window right there that y'all can't see, but I got two big ass windows. So it was kind of successful, kind of not. So I'm gonna tell you the story right now, okay? So this was like a few years ago, not freshman year, like around, I was like in high school. I was like 15 or about to be 15. So during that time I had like a lot of Spanish friends, and if you're from New York, you know Hunt's place. That's where niggas be doing all the car meets and stuff, or you just go out and be having like literally it'd be like a party in the street. Like I don't know, don't ask me what, I don't even know, but I was there, okay? So they would always tell me like to go, and I never went before. I never went out because they would be there. Like I'm watching people. I'm 15 and I'm in high school. Like my mom is Hispanic. She's Dominican. So I never dared to ask, can I fucking leave the house to go be outside with a bunch of niggas and girls not doing when there's school tomorrow, when I could be doing my homework, because I ain't do my homework. But I ain't do my homework anyway, so, but still. And yeah, just to get drunk and not do nothing, like just stand there, like basically, and watch the cars. So one day I got invited, and during this time it was somebody I was talking to, not talking to, honestly. I wasn't talking to them. It was just like, when you're bored and you're just entertaining somebody. So that person had asked me and told me that they were gonna be there tonight. It was Friday. Since he was going that day and he told me about it and he wanted me to go, I was like, nah, I gotta go. Cause he was, he was kind of cute. Let me not even go into that. So basically, I went and I escaped my house because of a nigga. Basically, that's sad, but whatever. Whatever, I did it, so it's done. So he invited me, so I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. So I tell my friend I'm gonna make up a name for her during the time. Jasmine, we gonna call her Jasmine. Okay, so Jasmine been going. I've been seeing her snaps. That girl she was wild. She was there every night. It seemed like it. And I'm just like, so she already knew what's up. So I was gonna go with her. So she was gonna come. I don't know who was gonna drive us. At the time, I think it was somebody she knew. Whatever. I don't really know. I don't really talk to Jasmine no more. Okay, that's another story. So yeah, she knew where I lived, so I trusted her to come pick me up. She wasn't driving. She didn't know how to drive. Nobody I knew how to drive at the time, so hell no. Except niggas. Illegally, because they ain't had no license. But she pulled up with some guys, and I told her, come to the back, because my room is on the back, so it's facing the backyard. So we have a backyard. And the backyard leads to the like a drive through where cars be parking and shit. So I was gonna escape through the back door, and then they was gonna pick me up from the back. This dumb bitch comes to get me at 9, right? At 9. And this is another thing. I had to wait till my parents go to sleep. They had work in the morning, so I know they be ready to sleep, but at that time they weren't. I don't know why. They never sleep early, and they gotta wake up at like 7 in the morning and shit. 8 in the morning or 5 in the morning, I don't fucking know. But they had to wake up hella early, and they wouldn't sleep early. So I'm like, how am I gonna escape? So I'm just like, I'm gonna just act like I'm asleep, and cause I be sleeping early. Because they were used to me coming home from school, sleeping, and then taking a nap and not waking up ever. So I was like, this is the perfect thing. Because, you know, after school, you know, so I would go to sleep. So it's regular. Okay, so I'm just like, I'm gonna act like I'm sleeping. And I put a stuffed animal and stuff, cover that shit, put some pillows, put some clothes to make it look, you know, thick, because, you know, I'm a little thick. So I had to be like somebody was under the covers. And when I sleep, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I was younger, I would do this, like, I still do this, I'm lying. I kind of do it, but not as much, because I don't want shit on my skin, so I don't do this no more. But I used to sleep, and I used to cover my whole face with the fucking blankets and shit. So when the stuff was covered, it wouldn't be weird, because that's what I always do. So it's not like she looking to see my face if somebody comes in my room, because you're not gonna see my face. Anyways, my sister is in the room down, like 2 rooms down. So I'm like, she don't even come in her room. She don't say shit to me, so she ain't gonna know either. I tell her to meet me there, right? At the back. And this bitch is honking and shit. And this bitch is in front of my house. In front. So when I heard that, I'm getting ready, because I took my long to get ready, because I had to look cute, because I was going for it. Oh, I'm gonna give him a name. So the guy's name is, we're gonna call him Travis. So yeah, so I was trying to look cute for Travis and shit. Nah, I'm lying. I was just trying to look cute regardless, because I wasn't even talking to him like that. You know, if there was other niggas there, you know. Anyways, so I was there getting ready, and I hear mad loud ass honks at fucking like 9. Like, who's the fuck is honking in front of her house at 9? So I'm like, oh shit. If they was sleeping, they not sleeping no more. But they were not sleeping, and they were just like, what the fuck? Right when I heard that shit, I grabbed my phone so quick, and I called her. I'm like, bitch, if that's you, I'm fucking you up, because why would you? So when that happened, I'm just like, nah. I just said fuck whatever I was doing, and I was like, nah, I gotta escape. So I had to leave now and start sending me in the back. So I finally sent her like where to go, because her dumb ass was telling the guy who was driving, and she was like, the nigga who said we was in the back. So I guess guys are just dumb. Now I'm getting ready and stuff, and then I don't realize that, how the fuck am I gonna go out the window and escape? So now I'm like, shit, because I didn't think about this. I just thought honestly I was just gonna jump out the window, because I'm on the 2nd floor, but under my window is like a platform, because the back area has like a little roof. The stairs in the back has a little roof that's under my freaking window when I look down. So I'm like, I'm gonna just hop on that and then try and climb down, because the windows of the 1st floor has a window, and on that window it has like them metal railing shits. So I was like, I'm gonna just climb on that shit. But I didn't realize that my short ass wasn't gonna reach the ground even if I climbed down the 1st floor. So I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do? But I said, fuck it. I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just, because I'm already out the window. This is when I'm like about to go out the window, and I'm just there hanging with my leg over the window. I'm just thinking, like, I'm looking down, and I'm thinking, like, how the fuck? But I just do it. I had white Air Forces on, you know. I had white Air Forces on, and my feet are small, so I didn't have a problem sticking my feet to like on the railings to walk, to crawl down, I guess, whatever you want to call that shit. But I was like Spider-Man on the side of the fucking wall, and I'm just like, can these neighbors see me right now? Because I could see everybody's window by where I'm looking at. So I'm like, they could definitely see me hopping out my window right now and climbing down. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, hopefully the neighbors mind their business and don't say shit. When I'm climbing down, I'm finally on the fucking shit, like the railing of the first railing, because that's the railing on the 1st floor. Then I gotta get down on the 1st railing. So I'm climbing down, and right when I do that, my foot hits the window. So I'm like, oh shit. And that window is the window of the dining room, and that dining room is next to the living room where my parents was at. So I'm like, oh shit. So I start climbing down so fast, and then because I was so scared and I had adrenaline and shit, I guess that gave me the strength to just jump and land on the fucking backyard, because there was no way. Okay, let me tell y'all gonna understand when I tell y'all when I was trying to get back in. Y'all gonna understand, because I'm not tall enough to reach to be able to do that, to even climb back up of it. What the fuck I just said? To even climb back up, I'm not tall enough. So I don't know how I was able to jump off that and land, but I did, and I started running mad quick. I didn't even look to see if the kitchen light was open, because they could probably see me through the window. I just ran, unlocked the back door, and came out. They wasn't even there yet. That's how fast I moved. I was like Spider-Man. They weren't even there yet in the back. So I finally made it, and my adrenaline is like, yo, I felt crazy. Like, that made me feel like, no, like, that shit felt like I took mad drugs just now. And that shit was crazy. So I finally get there. We're driving now. We're on the way. The drive was hella long. And we finally get there, right? And these niggas don't know that I escaped. So nobody's worried. Everybody's having a good time and shit. I'm just worried because, bitch, I had just escaped my house when I'm supposed to be sleeping. Like, the fuck? Where the fuck, what was I saying? So, yeah, anyways, I said everybody was having a good time. I'm just there worried because I'm supposed to be home. And I just kept looking at my phone the whole time, like, yo, my mom's gonna walk into my room. See, I'm not there, call me. I was just waiting. I was just waiting and waiting. And nothing. Hours passed. And nothing. But now. So, honestly, in my head, I was thinking, like, damn, these niggas would not notice if anything happens to me, to be honest, because they don't even care. But I wasn't tripping because I'm like, good, because now I don't get caught. But that's still fucking weird. Like, how you not know that your children is not in the house? So hours passed, and during those hours, I'm about to tell y'all what went down. And honestly, it was not worth it because I was tight. But anyways, so when we're there, right, everybody's fucking started drinking, doing hookah and shit, fucking hookah on the floor. They in fucking beach chairs, like we at the beach and shit. Like, the fuck, we're in the street, and there's mad cars. I don't even like cars like that, so I didn't even know what was going on with that shit. I wasn't even looking at that shit. Niggas was showing off, like, okay, you know how to drive and shit. You know how to, yeah, okay, nobody cares. So I was just worried about, you know, who. We're not gonna say the name. Wait, I gave him a name, Travis, right? So I was just trying to see where the fuck that nigga was at. So my friend who came with me, Jasmine, she was with her, a bunch of niggas and shit, doing her shit. So I'm like sitting with her around mad niggas. So I get a text, right? And it says wow, and it's a bunch of laughing emojis. So I'm looking at, like, it keeps showing because it kept getting like mad laughing notifications. So I'm trying to read this shit, like, what did it say? And then it's from him, right? It's from Travis. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I look at it and it says wow with mad laughing emojis. And then I'm like, what? I say, what? Question mark, where you at? And then he's laughing. He's like, I'm here. I see you and your Nick, right? I'm like, my niggas. I don't even know these people. And then I'm like, oh, I get it now. So, like, he's talking about the motherfucking niggas I was around because my friend was with them and stuff. Being petty as fuck. So I'm like, where you at? So I'm looking around. I'm like, this nigga sees me, but I can't see him. So I'm looking for him, and I get up, and then I see him, and he's walking towards where I'm at. So I already know what he's gonna say. Like, we're not even talking like that. Boys are so annoying. Like, how you just gonna do that? Like, I didn't just see you 2 days ago with another bitch. Like, what are you doing? Don't do that to me. Don't do that. So I was already annoyed. I get annoyed so fast. So I'm like, I already know what he's thinking. Even if he's trying to be funny, I could get real funny and say what I seen. So we're not about to do that. Even though I wasn't even there with those guys, so it's not even the same thing. But anyways, he comes up and he's laughing, and he's just looking at the niggas next to us, and I'm just like, what's funny? And then we start talking, and I tell him, I don't even know these niggas, blah blah blah, etc. So me and him just start talking regular, and then when he walked up to me, he had like a drink or something. So he asked me, he's like, you want a drink and stuff? I was thirsty, right? So I was thinking, like, yeah, like, the fuck. This nigga has alcohol and shit in that cup. I just drank it and I'm thinking it's water. It's not water. But obviously I realized it wasn't water once I drank it. But I was just like, damn, he was talking about like a drink. So I just kept drinking it because I'm like, I'm not about to say I thought you meant water and stuff because I'm gonna look dumb. So I just drank it. So I was like, okay, I'm about to be drunk now. So I gave it back to him and then I'm just there. Like, even though I don't get drunk easily, even though I don't be drinking like that, but I never get drunk. Like, I never act stupid even if I'm drunk. Like, it never happens. So I'm chilling. So I'm just drinking it, whatever. Everybody's lit now. Now I don't even care. I don't even know what the fuck going on at home. I'm just here. So tell me how a few hours passed where everybody's just drinking, getting drunk, whatever. I'm looking at my phone, still no calls, still no nothing, so I'm good. And then it starts getting late, like it's like fucking 11 and stuff. And I'm just thinking, now I'm tired of these people and I wanna go home. So I'm thinking, how the fuck am I gonna get home? Cause this bitch is drunk and all the niggas she came with is drunk. So what the fuck? Who's gonna drive? And in my head, I'm like, I know this nigga's gonna drive drunk because that's what the fuck the plan looks like it's gonna be. Because who's gonna drive them? And where he got his car, who's gonna take his car back home? So I'm like, shit. So now I have to deal with that later. So I'm just sitting there. And then I'm looking at this nigga, Travis. And I start looking for him. And I see that he's with another girl, right? So he's there with another girl talking and shit. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I was drunk, I didn't care. And I didn't care regardless because that was not my man. So I'm just there and I look at him and he sees me look at him. So he starts laughing. I'm like, yeah, now I really want to go home. So I'm walking and I start walking just to be alone because I'm tired of the same music and that hookah smell is fucking annoying. Like, I don't hate it, and I never smoked hookah a day in my life, but, like, I just don't want to be around. Like, I felt fucking claustrophobic, and I feel like mad people was around. My fucking social meter was running the fuck out. I wanted to go home. And it wasn't even fun. It wasn't even worth, like, I was drunk, but it was, like, I was just, like, over it, because I just, like, none of the niggas there looked like they was worth my time. So I was like, I came here for no reason. And Travis, like, I never really cared about Travis like that. So even though he told me to go, like, I didn't really care. Like, it was just weird. So I'm just like, well, I did not find my new nigga here, so I'm bored and I want to go. I'm not like those bitches just be around niggas just to be around. So I'm like, I'm about to leave. So I was planning on just going by myself, getting a fucking car or getting a ride or calling somebody for a ride and just go home early, so you know, to be extra safe. But then niggas started smoking weed, actual weed, instead of hookah. So I was like, oh, I'm about to stay then. The fuck. So because they stopped smoking that whack ass hookah and started smoking weed, I decided to stay and get high. So that happened. So not only was I literally drunk, I was high too. So we're smoking and then another hour passed. So it's like 1 in the morning already. And I'm like, my parents wake up at like 4 or 5. So the fuck, I need to go home because I need time to, like, you know, to fucking make my way back inside. And what if in my head I'm thinking, like, what if I can't even come back and make it back inside? So I need to, like, go now to see, because if I don't have a plan, then I gotta call my sister to her to save me. So I gotta make sure she's still awake. So I was trying to go home, but then these niggas was not trying to go home yet. So I'm like, shit. So I started walking around, you know, just walking around and shit. And then just thinking, and I'm drunk and I don't want to be around people because now I'm tight, because I just seen him with another girl, even though I didn't care. But you know, I'm just like, what the fuck did I come here for? Because I'm just drunk. At least I'm high. But still, I was like, okay. So I'm walking around, and then some guy comes up to me, blah, 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 whatever. And he starts talking to me about he starts talking about anime. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck about anime. The fuck? So I'm just watching him speak, and I'm just high. And I'm just like, I don't even know what he's saying. But then, I don't know why, but he says, I don't know what he was talking about, but I didn't hear what he was talking about because I was too busy thinking about other shit. But I hear him say something about his car. So I'm like, then I come back into reality and he's pointing at a car. So I'm like, oh, he was one of the niggas that was fucking driving, showing off and shit. So I wasn't looking. So that's his car he was showing me. And so he's like, yeah. Da, da, da. Like, what you about to do right now? Da, da, da. I was like, honestly, I'm looking for a ride. I'm trying to go home. I'm tired of this shit. That's what I said. And he started laughing. He's like, yeah, that's my car over there. And he's like, and I'm thinking he's, on some weird shit. So I'm like, I'm not like to get in the car with a random nigga. But he's like, you know what? I could take you home if you're trying to go home. I was just like, he don't seem like he's drunk because he's been driving. So I'm like, this is the safest option, even though it's probably not because I don't know him and he could kidnap me or do anything. But I still did it. I'd rather have a random person kill me than my parents kill me because I snuck out. So I'm like, I'm going home. But the whole time, oh, now I know why I was walking. Because I kept walking back and like I just kept walking during the whole time because I needed to piss. So yeah, I needed to piss so bad. Yo, that's why I kept walking. Now I remember. I don't know why. It was a long time ago, but yeah, I kept walking because I needed to pee. And then when he said that, that's why I went in the car with him. Just also because I needed to pee. I needed to go home, and I was not about to pee in the street. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. And I just went. I was like, yeah, fuck it. And I just went. I was like, yeah, fuck it. And I just went in the car. So I got in the front seat, and he started driving. I don't know what car it was. It was some car, some green looking shit. So I got in the car, and he was like, oh, do you want something to eat? Like, do you want to go eat something? Like, the fuck, nigga, do I know you? But then I'm in the car with him, so I'm like, no. I'm like, so do you want me to send you the address or are we gonna put it on my phone? That's what I said, so he could just get the hint and just be like, I'm about to take her home. So then I go on my phone, and then I'm feeling my phone ring, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't even want to look at it. Once I felt that vibration, I put it down and said, that better not be my mom or somebody, because no. And then there's this bitch Jasmine calling me talking about where I went. Bitch, I went home. Fuck y'all. So I'm going, and I'm just looking at my phone, and I'm like, okay, my mom's really texting me, nobody texting me. So I'm like, wow, I might get away with this. And then I'm like, I put my phone in there, and he drives me home, right? So I get home, and I'll say thank you, whatever, and he goes about his day. And of course, he asked me for my Instagram, shit like that. I gave him my Instagram, whatever. And then I'm like, thank you, because he wasn't a weirdo. So I'm like, and thank you for not kidnapping me. And I left. I ran out that car so fast because I needed to pee. So I'm going to the back, right? So I gotta walk all the way to the back because the address, when I put in my address, it went to the front of the house. So I had to walk all the way around a whole block and go to the back of my house. Anyway, so I'm trying to piss, and I'm really contemplating, should I piss in this driveway right now to sit down and piss? Which is what I should have done. Because I'm like, how am I about to climb this when I need to pee? So I'm just like, fuck it. And I close the door, lock it mad quiet because it's fucking 2 a.m. Hear me? Like, if they hear a sound in the backyard, they're gonna fucking wake up and stuff. Or they're about to wake up anyway. So it's like, they're not gonna be totally asleep. So I'm mad quiet. And then I get to the place and I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna climb? I don't have the arm strength to fucking climb that shit because I said I'm too short to reach that. So I don't know why I didn't think of putting something under so I could climb up, so I could reach the top and actually climb. So I tried lifting myself up with my arms to even climb on that shit, because my legs are short. So I'm trying to climb, to step on the railings to climb up, and then climb up again to land on that shit to climb into my window. If I find a video of that area, I'm gonna put it so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So then I'm like, shit. So then, I literally had to put, because we had garbage bins outside where the garbage is, and to cover, it was like a thing over, like a big ass thing over. I don't know why they would put that there, but it was just there. So I'm like, I get on top of that, and I'm like, yo, that shit is shaking. So I jumped off. I had not even jump off, but it felt like I had to jump off that shit to even get on the railing. So I got on the railing like that, and I'm like, yo, I need to pee so bad. Yo, I felt like I was this close to bursting, bro. So I'm like, shit. So I climb up, my foot bangs on the fucking window again. And I seen the motherfucking, bro, I seen like the light go on because they heard that shit. So I seen the light go on and I'm like, oh shit. So I quickly climb on top of the thing, the roof thingy that's right under my window. And I just stay there. I lay there like fucking Patrick the Star on the floor. And I'm fucking laying there so he don't see me. Because if you look through the window of the dining room, you're gonna look right up and see my ass climbing the fucking wall. So I just stayed there for like 5 minutes. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, shit. So I just stand there for 5 minutes. And then I see the lights go off. And I look down and I could see the curtains move over the window from the inside. I'm like, shit, they really looked outside here. So I'm climbing. So I'm on top of that. And then I'm like, how am I gonna get inside now? So my window's still open. I hear my TV on because my TV was left on because I sleep with the TV on. So I left it on. But then here's the problem. I can't fucking get inside my room. You know why? Because I couldn't reach the window. Like I said, I was too short. I'm not short enough to climb out because all I gotta do is just put my legs out and jump. But how am I gonna put my legs all the way up that shit and climb in? It was too, I should have put like a stair or I should have put something there, which is what I learned for the next times that I escaped. I just did that and it worked. I just, literally this chair that I'm sitting on right now, I put that shit outside the window, climbed out the chair for when I'm coming back up. And I just step on this and then I'm easily back inside my room through that window, okay? I didn't have a chair this time though, because it was the first time I snuck out. So I'm like, yo, I really can't get back in my room. And the thing is, yo, this was like a life or death situation because the roof thing is right here, and then my window is like halfway in between the last bit of it. So if this is a roof thing and I'm standing here, my window is like right here. So I had to jump and climb, try to get in there. I can't do that. Like, if I were to move any more to the left, to the right, I mean, I would have died. I would have fell right down and I would have died. So I can't even try like grab it and then just flinging my body, like trying to use all my upper body strength, and I don't have none to climb. So I'm like, shit. And then while all this is going on, I need to piss. So I'm standing there on my fucking roof, like I'm about to burst. So I'm like, shit. While I'm trying to climb on the window, bro, I'm trying to hold my whole strength. And I was just, okay, before I say this next part, disclaimer. I remember I smoked and I was drunk, kind of. So don't judge me for this. Please do not judge me. Don't even talk about it in the comments. Don't say shit. But while I'm trying to climb to my window and I'm trying to hold myself up to swing even like my legs over as much as I can, bro, I pissed myself. I felt the piss coming out of me, like, and it was OD. It was like, you know when you gotta piss so bad, like, and I was drinking too, mad shit. So you know when you gotta piss so bad, like, and then everything just comes out and it just keeps going. Like, that was a long ass piss while I'm climbing, and I'm like, how am I gonna that shit went to my shoes. It went to my Air Forces. I had to buy a whole new pair of Air Forces because the piss went down my pants into the fucking shoe, bro. It was a lot of piss. I don't know what the fuck. I just ain't peed that whole day or something because it was a lot of piss. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? I'm like, please, are you serious right now? You just pissed yourself? And I was then like, that's when I gave up. I said, I'm not even gonna climb on this shit. I just stood there. Cause now my pants are wet and my shoes are slippery at the bottom. So how the fuck I'm gonna climb this shit? I really can't get in. And then I'm just like, I start calling my sister. I'm just calling my sister. This bitch not answering. I'm like, is this bitch dead ass asleep? So I look at the window next, cause next to my room is the bathroom. I have a bathroom that's kind of connected to my room, and there's a window there. So I could see the light on in the window from where I'm at outside. So I'm like, oh, this bitch is showering. I'm like, okay, at least she's not asleep. She's showering at fucking 2 in the morning. I'm like, why is this bitch in the shower? So I'm like, oh gosh, thank God. She's either showering or she's using the bathroom, but the light was on. So I'm like calling her. I even called my cousin to call hers because I'm like, yo, she not answering me. I don't got her on Snap or anything else. So I literally waited like 15 minutes and she finally answered my text messages because I kept texting her too. And she came to my room and because I could see her, she couldn't see me because my room was dark and the window was open. So I look at her coming in and she's looking around like she's waiting to see me on the bed, and it's not me on the bed, it's the fucking pillows. So she looks to the window, she sees me outside there, and I'm just like, yo, and I'm whispering, and she's like, what the fuck? So I'm like, yo, she needs to help me get back inside. I can't get back inside. So this bitch, I'm like, yo, she gonna have to pull me in. This bitch is my size too. She don't got strength, so how the fuck is this gonna work? So she grabs me by the arms, like I'm holding onto the window, and she grabs my arms and like some part of my body to try to pull me up and push me in, and it's not working. I keep slipping and I'm about to die, bro, because my shoes are slippery. So then also, you know how the windows have that shit on them? That shit kept hurting my fucking titties and my stomach because I was leaning on it. So I'm like, oh hell nah, because she was literally dragging me. So I'm like, how the fuck that whole shit is gonna scrape me? So I'm like, now what? I even tell her to throw something down there so I could climb on it and then get on the roof. And I don't have nothing in my room. I wasn't even thinking about the chair at the time, but I told her to put a towel on the railing of the window so it wouldn't hurt me as much. So then when I try again, I jumped. I had to jump for her to catch me, like for her to really hold on to the rest of my body so she could really drag me in. So I jumped and she dragged me in, and I fell to the fucking floor like that, and my pants are wet, full of piss, and my sister is tight. She's like, bitch, are you dumb? Like da 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 da. Like, why are you even da-da-da-da, whatever. Don't matter. So I'm like, oh shit. And we're trying to be quiet because my parents are sleeping. And she's like, you're retarded. So then I'm like, oh shit. So I get back in there and I have to change my pants and all that shit. So that was the first time I snuck out. And guess what? I didn't get caught. So it was worth it. Not really though, because it was boring as fuck. Like, if I was gonna any other time I escaped, it was lit. That was my first time, and yes, I pissed myself, and yes, I don't care because I was drunk anyways. But yeah, I had to buy a new pair of shoes because it had piss all inside of it. But yeah, that's the first time I escaped. Fuck Travis too, because he wanted to waste my time. A little story on the side. That same guy that drove me home, you know, I started talking to him for a little bit. You know, it was cool, so I guess it was worth it. That was the first time I snuck out. I don't know why I even did that, but that was scary because I really thought I was gonna be. I really thought I was gonna have to sleep outside because I'm like, if she don't answer, I'm gonna be here all fucking night just standing on the roof, and then when the lights come back on. I literally just said when the lights come back on. I mean when the sun fucking rises. Why did I say that? When the sun rises, all the neighbors are gonna see me out their window standing there on the roof. Yeah, that was the first time I snuck out. If you're trying to sneak out and shit, don't do it. Just don't do it, to be honest. I mean, unless you really have a good plan and you know you're gonna get away with it, don't do it, because that's embarrassing to get caught. Like, nah. Imagine I would have gotten caught and I would have pissed myself at the same time. I would have been tight. Like, comment, subscribe. If you kind of have a story that's similar to this, comment. If you snuck out too, comment that shit. Because I know I'm not the only one, but subscribe. And remember, if you're in Bad Bitch Mob, you the op.